We only got two microphones, so the only thing I ask is like when he's gonna ask a question, just pass it over to him. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I don't want to contaminate you guys with this one. Welcome back to the show. My name is Christian Arevalo,
And I'm your co-host, Alexis.
and who do we have here with us?
Cherry Blonde.
Yeah, Cherry Blonde.
To all the viewers watching at home, what would you describe your music as? Like, what type of music do you make?
I'd say it's a cross between indie, funk, alt rock, dance, and a little bit of grunge. I know that sounds like a lot, but trying to combine all those things and really just bring the vibes. Just I'm trying to have fun and hope others can have fun as well.
Yeah, so keeping on with that topic, if you had one song to choose out of your entire discography, I know you came out with that EP recently. Is there one that you would pick to like show them to like introduce to your music?
Yeah, that's really tough because I feel like I try to gauge what music people like before I show them a song because I do have a lot of different kind of vibes, but I think Stone Cold Killer is one of my favorites to perform, and I really love the recording too, and so I would probably show them that song first.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, actually, it's kind of funny that you say that song because that's the song our co-host was talking about in the car on the right here.
Yeah, that's the one that the Stone Cold Killer. And it's just been stuck in my head like literally all day. Is there anything like you've want to tell us about your music videos, like your process for making music videos?
Yeah, for sure. Like thus far, I've really had a very DIY approach to videos, and I made a music video for Kitty Kitty just kind of with my roommate on iPhone, and it was supposed to be very like lo-fi kind of little bit low quality, but I did do a music video with my little brother who does films, and he goes to USC for film production, and so we've collabed on some stuff. And then I recently in December filmed a music video in Brooklyn while I was out there, and it was very just shoot and go, but yeah, I just have a lot of fun like adding the visuals to the music. Yeah.
Was the pool from the White Wall music video cold?
Oh, he's joking. No way. You got the deep cuts, man. That was my first music video I ever did when I was 13. I started on the ukulele and I taught myself the ukulele, and I was just writing songs and just having a fun time. And I filmed that music video with my best friend's mom. We thought it would be epic for me to jump in the pool backwards, and I don't know about you, but I think I need to bring that back for Cherry Blonde. I think that'd be really fun.
You have that new EP, let's see here, Freak Funk, and I just want to know, out of like the whole EP, because that's like your most complete project up to this point that we've found, like what is your favorite song personally out of there?
That's really tough. I honestly think Touche is probably my favorite song. That song we really spent a long time on the production and kind of worked it, reworked it. And so, yeah, I feel like I put a lot of heart and soul into that one. And I also really love Lonely because it's such a different vibe. It's really folk. And I wrote it with my friend up in a cabin about an hour and a half from LA. And yeah, I don't know. I just think it has a lot of that wilderness spirit in it, which I dig. But I think Touche is still my favorite song. It kind of has a mixture of a little bit of Tame Impala and some alt rock, and I have a lot of fun playing it live too. So
You actually have a very like a sizable like following on Instagram and also like monthly listeners, but we've also noticed that you don't actually have too many songs out now. So I want to ask, how did that like come about? How did you get so many people to listen and follow you, like when you don't really have, compared to other people, don't really have too many projects out? Is that kind of just a show of how good like your music is and how good you are at like communicating and talking to your fans and people who enjoy your music?
Well, I was really lucky to be in a band in college called Honey Boys that I performed with for like the last 5 years, and we played all over California and got to open up for some really awesome bands. And so, nothing can last forever. And that was an incredible band. But, we all met in college. And since then, people have gone to their own careers. And I just wanted to keep it going. And so I feel like, I was starting over, but I still was able to I knew what I wanted to do going in. And so I kind of, when I started this new project, I wanted to go full force into it and start posting more videos and just releasing at a pretty consistent rate. But I have been kind of stepping a bit back from posting videos all the time and just focusing on the quality and the art and really making sure everything I put out is something that I'm proud of. And so, yeah, I feel like I did have a little head start with that band. And so I'm really grateful for that experience.
Yeah, at the end of the day, even if it's not like the project that you're working on, it was still a project you were working on. So like any fans and anybody who follows you, I think it's just a good show of faith that they follow you from one project to another. And I think it's very cool that you have like people who will follow you and listen to what you're doing, even if it's not with like the old people that you used to,
So I want to go to this very specific Instagram post. So it was for the lights, camera, action pose video, and you're wearing this sweater, dude. I want to know about that sweater because it looks so funky. Like it looked like a leopard print on acid.
Well, thank you. I think I thrifted it when I was actually up in San Luis Obispo for a show over the summer. And yeah, I don't know. I just felt like it was the perfect vibe for the whole rollout, especially with Kitty Kitty as well. It's a little, cat theme reference, but I don't know. I love to express myself with fashion and just kind of change up my wardrobe. And so, yeah, I should have brought that tonight. That would have been fun. But it's tough to perform with a sweater because I get so hot. So I normally, even this, I don't know if I'm gonna last, but I kind of want to wear this fur cap on stage.
The fashion,
So, sometimes beauty is pain. That's what they say. So no, I'm just kidding.
Keeping on that subject about fashion, I can tell from your Instagram post you're very stylish, bro. Your outfits are always clean. There was a specific cardigan you were wearing in a specific song. Which one was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. But I just want to know, is there where do you pull your inspiration from? Because you told me you thrift, so that tells me you just kind of go with what matches your aesthetic.
I feel like I'm finally getting to the point in my life where my wardrobe is pretty full. And I need to start getting rid of some clothes. And so I feel like everything that I find, it needs to really call my name and feel like something I've already been wearing my entire life to be able to feel like I want to wear it. I think that I have certain clothes that I like to perform in and that are a little bit more flashy and fun, but I don't always like to wear that stuff all the time. I don't know. I think fashion is always evolving, and with enough confidence, I feel like anything can look good on anyone, really. So.
Can you tell us about your quad performance with of Latch by Disclosure?
Latch by Disclosure? Oh, that's a deep cut. Oh my gosh. Man, that was Sam Smith, right? I think that was when I was in high school. I love to sing and I love to perform, and I had a band in high school called Secure the Sun, but I also used to just perform more acoustic, solo stuff with a friend, and I love performing covers. We'll be doing a couple tonight. This is such a deep niche indie cut, but I've been really into MJ Lenderman recently, and we're gonna perform one of his songs, and then we're gonna do a Chappell Roan song. But I don't know, I've always loved Sam Smith. I think he has an incredible voice and it's really unique, and so it always feels like it's pushing myself to try to sing one of his songs. So
have you always been like a very musical person? Like have you and if you have, have you had anybody who's like kind of pushed you towards that, like family, friends who have just been like, if you want to do it, then do it, and like encourage you?
Yeah, I actually grew up playing classical Suzuki violin since I was 3 years old, and my dad, he just kind of pushed me into it, and every morning before school I would practice violin, and I really feel like if I didn't do that I wouldn't be the person I am today or the artist I am. And so I think playing the violin from a really young age really helped my ear. And then, I love the violin, but I could never sing or write with it. And so I ended up, like I mentioned, picking up the ukulele. And that's when I first started writing songs and really starting to perform. And now I play a bit of guitar as well. But I think the ukulele still has a pretty special place in my heart. And I really should bring it out to sets. That'd be really fun, just for like a song or two,
Yeah, I actually had a question about that. You have your own. You're gonna have your own live band, obviously here today. But I wanted to know what's the like how many instruments do you play on your songs that are produced, or like how do you get help with that, like the instrumental side of your songs?
So I produce a lot of, like sometimes the drums and the vocals, but I love to work with other musicians or producers. I've been meeting a ton of them in LA, and just in general, I love to collaborate. As much as it is a solo project, it's really not. And I love to work with people that are better at things than me, and so that we can kind of come together and make something dope, really. So yeah.
I want to know, how was the process for picking out your like songs for your EP, and like choosing like what goes in, like what like goes into the cover art?
That's a great question. I originally was gonna release like the EP like more alt rock kind of focused, but then I realized I kind of really wanted to drop these more funky, cunty kind of songs that were kind of out of pocket. I just felt like it was a little bit more relevant right now. And I don't know that, like, as I was writing these songs, I was like, I need to get these out ASAP. But I've been sitting on a lot more grungy, alt rock, almost like Midwest emo type songs that I really want to release, and that I don't know, speak to my soul. And I think, especially my band in high school was very alt rock and grunge. And so it's kind of bringing me back to that headspace.
Yeah, so you're just doing a little bit of everything then.
Yeah, I feel like, why not? It's fun to experiment, and there's really no rules. And I don't want to put myself in a box, really. But at the same time, it is good to have a pretty clear vision,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I could see that, but I think it's also good because I feel like a lot of artists like kind of or you'll see like bigger artists like talk about how they wish that they didn't just put themselves in like a certain genre, and then later on in bigger artists' career they eventually end up breaking out and doing other stuff, and they're like, I should have done this a long time ago. So I think it's very cool when artists like you and many others like decide to from the start just do a little bit of everything, and then if people stay they stay, if they don't they don't. So I think it's just cool to not have to put yourself in a box and then have to break out of it later. What's the point of doing that? Just don't be in the box in the first place,
That is so true. And I really like how diverse you are, because that's cool, like how you're choosing like so many genres to draw inspiration from. So for the future, is there anything like you can tell us like what is your next project like consistent? What, like, you have a theme for it?
Yeah, any new music, a new album, anything going on?
Yeah, I feel like for now, as much as I've been thinking about dropping an album or another EP or project, I really want to focus on singles and creating a cool, visual world around each song. And, I have, I'd say like 12 songs finished and recorded that I'm sitting on and working with. And I'm sure some of them will never see the light of day, but I'm really excited for this next wave. And I've been trying to be patient. And 2025, I've been really focusing on writing as much as possible and recording and working with new producers. I think my goal this year is to write 50 songs. And so if I could do that, it'd be really awesome. I love releasing music, and I love performing, and I'm doing it tonight. But yeah, more than anything, I'm really trying to hone in on writing more and just experiencing life and just talking about it, really.
We got some gifts right here. First off, we got Gorillas Plastic Beach. I don't know, they're not underground, but I don't know if you know them.
Yeah, we just had to like pick out some CDs that we thought you might like.
Thank you so much. I love the Gorillas.
Oh,
They're
okay, that's perfect.
Honestly, big inspiration. So this is perfect. I don't think I've heard this album though.
Oh, I would recommend off of this album specifically, I would recommend To Binge, Plastic Beach, and On Melancholy Hill. Reminded me a lot of your songs, so that's why we chose that one. This one, Daft Punk. Alexis chose that one, so maybe you could.
It's Daft Punk. You know, who doesn't like Daft Punk?
I'm so excited. I love Daft Punk. I used to cover Get Lucky with my old band, and so I love them. So funky and fun.
I chose this one. This might be a little like out of left field, but the reason why I'm giving you this one is based purely on your fashion and like the energy you give off. Cyndi Lauper. I love Cyndi Lauper.
It's a pretty cool pop album, man.
I've never heard of them, but I'm excited to dive in.
On that one, I would recommend Time After Time and Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Everyone knows Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Yeah, you do know her. Yeah.
Yeah, I sound so uncultured right now, guys.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I have some gifts for you guys. Wait, hold up.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
I'm scared.
Keep the camera rolling.
He brings a gun and shoots us. Oh.
Got some stickers for the crew.
Oh,
dude, thank
yo.
you.
Oh,
let me show this to the
thank
camera
you,
real
thank
fast.
you.
Dude,
Yeah, can we get this on camera?
that's sick.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
That's cool. Shout out Cherry Blonde. Shout out Cherry Blonde. Go
Much love,
listen
much
to his
love.
music everywhere. Yeah, you want to give out any closing remarks? Maybe plug some of your stuff. We'll put it all on video, but just in case you want to.
I'm just stoked for the future and to release more music, and yeah, this was really awesome. I'm excited to get on stage and play right now. So I gotta go. But
Alright, cool.
see you guys soon.
It started on vacation, only get the stipulation was the same situation, but I do feel your vibration. Notice it puts on only up and shit it's on. I just wanna feel you on it. Just wanna feel you on it. No, yeah. On your thighs, I just wanna see you.